Give me a home out in the bush, please. Lots of more trees, a bong or two, me mate. Wild roost, some skunk out the back. Hydro in the shed, and the old smoking shed, and the old smoking shed.
G'day, welcome to the Terpene Table, where cannabis culture meets cultivated conversation. I'm your host, Wild Roo, grower, guide, and your mate in the garden. Each episode, we dig into the roots of the plant, from terpene talk to cultivar deep dives, to stories shaping the cannabis scene. So roll one, pack one, pour a cuppa, and let's hop in. This episode of the Terpene Table is brought to you by Growers Pal. Aussie legends when it comes to keeping your clones safe in transit. If you've ever tried to post a cutting wrapped in wet paper towel and cling wrap, you'll know it's a gamble at best. Growers Pal clone shippers take the guesswork out of it. Purpose built with segmented compartments to keep your genetics snug, and even a little LED light to keep them happy on the road. Whether they're headed up the coast or across the country, you can trust your prize cuts will land fresh, not fried. They're mates of the Roo and they're mates of the Discord, so you know their growers looking out for you, not just trying to sell you something. Head over to growerspower.com.au. That's www.growerspal.com.au and sort yourself out with a proper kit for moving your genetics across the country, because good clones deserve a fair dinkum safe ride. While we're on the subject of good gear, I'm going to give a cheeky shout out to my own spot, the Wild Vault. It's packed with glass, gadgets and grow gear, all the little treasures that make your sesh just that bit sweeter. So, if you're looking for something fresh to add to your kit, swing by thewildvault.xyz and have a sticky beak. It's basically a toy box for grown-up stoners. And hey, if it's genetics you're chasing, head over to our mates at wildrootcultivars.com and check out what they've got cooking. Anyways, I'm starting to sound like a used car salesman, so back to the show. G'day, welcome back to the Terpene Table. I'm your host, Wild Roo, and this season we're pulling up a chair at the grow table. Last episode we kicked off things old school, soil, forgiving, simple, natural. But today we're moving to the fast lane, hydroponics. Hydro is one of those words that gets thrown around a lot in the cannabis scene. People say, that's hydro weed, like it's some magic formula, but really, hydroponics just means growing plants without soil. Roots sitting directly in water or in an inert medium while you feed them a nutrient solution. It sounds complicated, and yeah, there's a bit more to learn than soil, but once you understand the basics, hydro opens the door to bigger yields, faster growth, and total control over your grow. So, let's break it down. What is hydroponics? Hydroponics is growing plants in a soilless system where all the nutrients the plant needs are delivered directly in the water. The medium, if there is one, is just there to hold the roots in place. Instead of soil microbes breaking things down, you're the one in charge. You mix up the nutrients, set the pH, set the EC, that's your nutrient strength, and the plant takes it straight up. Think of it like feeding through an IV drip instead of a meal. It goes straight into the bloodstream. And that's why hydro is both powerful and dangerous. The plant reacts crazy fast to what you're doing. Feed it right, it grows like crazy. Get it wrong, and it crashes just as quick. Why grow in hydro? Alright, the pros first. Speed. Plants in hydro grow noticeably faster than in soil or coco. Roots get oxygen and nutrients instantly. Yields. Hydro systems can pump out some serious harvests once you've got them dialed in. And Control. You know exactly what the plant is getting because you're the one mixing it. Now, the cons. Hydro has no buffer. If you overfeed, underfeed, or mess up your pH, the plants show it straight away. Equipment costs. You'll need pumps, resies, air stones, meters, and power. If your pump or air stone dies in the middle of a hot day, your plants can be cooked in hours. So yeah, hydro is high reward, but high risk. Different types of hydro systems. Now, here's where hydro really splits off. There's not just one way to do it, there are multiple systems. Let's run through a few of the main ones you'll hear about. Deep water culture, or DWC. This is where the roots are dangling in a bucket of oxygenated nutrient solution. You've got an air pump and an air stone keeping the water bubbling. Simple but effective. Perfect for a small grower. Ebb and flow. Flood and drain. Plants sit in a tray. The tray floods with nutrient solution for a set time, then drains back into a reservoir. Easy to scale up and gives the roots a wet and dry cycle. Drip systems, exactly what it sounds like. A drip line feeds nutrient solution straight to the base of each plant. It's efficient, customizable, but takes a little bit more setup. NFT, Nutrient Film Technique. A thin film of water flows down a channel. Roots sit in the stream, constantly feeding. It's very efficient, but unforgiving if the flow ever stops. And aeroponics, the extreme version. Roots hang in the air, misted by a nutrient solution. It's got the biggest growth potential, but it's also the hardest to keep running right. So, now, for the home growers, the easiest entry points are DWC buckets or simple drip systems. Those are quite manageable and you don't need a warehouse to run them. Hydro Basics Starter Guide. Alright, so you're ready to dip your toes into hydroponics. Let's keep it simple and break it down step by step, like a starter checklist. Step 1. You'll need a bucket or storage tub to hold your nutrient solution. For beginners, a 20-litre bucket per plant works perfectly. Make sure it's opaque, because light in the water equals algae problems, and you don't want that. Step 2. Add oxygen. Roots need oxygen to thrive. Attach an air stone to an air pump, drop it in the water, and keep it bubbling. Pro tip, a flat disc or ring air stone works great in the bottom of your bucket to distribute those bubbles around the root zone. Step 3. Choose a growing medium. If you're not just going to float your plants in water, you'll need something to hold them up. Clay pebbles are a great option, reusable and airy. Rockwool cubes also work great, but they're perfect for seedlings or clones. Step 4. Add your nutrients. Use hydro-specific nutrients. Soil nutrients just won't cut it here. Start feeding light at around 50% strength, then adjust as you see how your plants respond. Step 5. Check your pH and nutrient strength. pH should be 5.5 to 6.2. And keep an EC pen handy. It's handy to measure the nutrient strength. Step 6. Keep the water temperature in check. Aim for 18 to 22 degrees Celsius. Too warm equals root rot. Too cold equals slow growth. Step 7. Maintain your system. Daily, you're going to check the water level and top it up as needed. Make sure all your air stones are running. Every 1 to 2 weeks, you want to change the res completely. Clean your buckets, pumps, air stones, everything. Step 8. Quick setup example. Fill a 20-litre bucket with pH adjusted water. Mix in nutrients at half strength. Drop in an air stone, place on a lid, Cut a hole in that lid just big enough to fit your net pot. Drop your net pot in, pop in your clone or your seedling in its rock wall cube, backfill it up with some clay pebbles, top up the water to just underneath the pot, check your pH regularly and replace the nutrient solution every 1 to 2 weeks. Follow these steps and you'll have a simple, beginner-friendly hydro setup that keeps your plants happy. Hydro is all about oxygen, pH and clean water. Get those right and your plants will thrive. Common hydro mistakes. Now, let's save you some pain. Not enough oxygen. If your air pump is too weak, your roots will suffocate fast. Letting the pH drift. In soil, the microbes buffer it. In hydro, you've got no buffer, so test daily. Water gets too hot. Warm res equals slimy roots. Get a res temp monitor or freeze water bottles and rotate them in and out if you're just being cheap. And overfeeding. More newts doesn't always equal more bud. In fact, overfeeding will most commonly lock things out. So I tend to advise the less is more approach. The golden nugget. So, here's today's golden nugget for hydro. Hydro makes your plants grow faster, but it makes mistakes grow faster too. If you're new, start small. 1 or 2 plants, one simple system. Don't build a NASA lab on your first go. Hydro is powerful. Once you get the hang of it, you'll see growth like you've never seen before. But soil will always be more forgiving, so know what you're signing up for. Next time, we're talking coco, the middle ground between soil and hydro. Faster growth than soil, easier than hydro, and a favourite for growers all over the world. So, thanks for tuning in to the Terpene Table. If this episode helped, share it around, leave a review, and, as always, keep it green, keep it clean, and I'll see you at the table.
Give me a home out in the bush, please, with lots of more trees, a bummer to me, mate. Wild roots, some skunk out the back, hydro in the shed, in the old smoking chair. In the old smoking chair.